There are Ford F-150s from the 1980s still running past 300,000 miles on their original engines. Meanwhile, a single repair on a modern F-150 can cost over $1,500, and you may not even be able to do it yourself. The best-selling truck in American history got faster, smarter, and more expensive, but somewhere along the way, it may have lost the very thing that made it America's truck. Under the hood of an old Ford F-150, there is nothing mysterious, just honest mechanical parts, laid out for anyone with a socket set and a little patience. In the 1980s and the 1990s, the F-150's engine bay was dominated by the likes of the 4.9-liter inline-six, the 5.0-liter V8, and the 5.8-liter V8. These engines did not need turbochargers, direct injection, or a maze of sensors to get the job done. Carburetors and later simple throttle body injection handled the fuel. The ignition was a distributor you could adjust with a screwdriver. Most models had just a single basic electronic control unit, if any at all. So there were fewer parts that could fail, and nearly every fix could be done at home or at a local shop. This mechanical straightforwardness wasn't just about nostalgia, it was practical. If a truck started running rough, owners could pop the hood and actually see what was wrong. Swapping out a water pump or replacing a fuel filter took an afternoon, not a week waiting for a special order part. The wiring harness was short and logical, not a tangled web of connectors and modules. Even the instrument cluster was a study in minimalism, with analog gauges, a few warning lights, and nothing to distract from the road. The old F-150's design invited owners to take care of their trucks themselves. Service manuals listed every torque specification and adjustment in plain language. Parts were interchangeable across years and models. Valve cover gaskets, fuel pumps, and water pumps fit a decade's worth of trucks. In that era, a Ford F-150 was more than a vehicle. It was a tool anyone could understand, maintain, and trust for the long haul. Steel and iron defined the backbone of the old F-150. These trucks wore their durability like a badge. Cast iron engine blocks, thick steel frames, and body panels that could take a beating from gravel roads or a stray fence post. In an age before aluminum and composite blends, the F-150's materials were chosen for strength, not lightness. Mechanics knew the score. A 4.9-liter inline-six or a 5.0-liter V8, both with iron blocks, could shrug off missed oil changes and keep running past 300,000 miles. The evidence is not just in shop manuals or ad slogans, it is parked in driveways and barns across the country. Take Jerry, a retired electrician from Nebraska. His 1992 F-150 rolled past 320,000 miles last summer, still sporting its original engine and transmission. The paint is faded and the seat is patched with duct tape, but the truck fires up every morning. Jerry flips through a stack of logbooks, each oil change and brake job carefully recorded. He has never needed a tow. The few times a part failed, it was a Saturday afternoon job in his own garage. Water pumps, alternators, even a rear axle bearing, each fix cost less than a week's groceries, with parts found at the local auto store or pulled from a junkyard. Stories like Jerry's are not rare. Municipal fleet records show early 1990s F-150s logging over 300,000 miles before retiring, often with nothing more than minor rust and worn bushings. The steel body panels could be welded or replaced, and the frame rarely suffered from anything worse than surface corrosion. These trucks were built to be fixed, not replaced, and their longevity is more than a legend. It is written in odometer numbers and grease-stained service logs. In 2015, Ford rolled out one of the most dramatic changes in the F-150's long history. The steel body, an icon of toughness for decades, was swapped for panels made from high-strength aluminum alloy. The numbers told the story. Curb weight dropped by about 700 pounds almost overnight. Ford engineers said this allowed for better fuel economy and increased payload, answering the call for stricter government standards and consumers demanding greater efficiency. The lighter frame meant a V6 could now do the work once reserved for a V8. That is where the EcoBoost engine entered the spotlight. The 2.7-liter and 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 engines soon became the backbone of the lineup, promising strong acceleration, better mileage, and towing figures that matched or beat the old V8s on paper. Technology did not stop under the hood. The 2015 F-150 introduced a wave of new electronics, touchscreen infotainment systems, advanced driver assist features, and an ever-growing list of sensors and modules. For some buyers, this was the future, a truck that could haul lumber during the week and stream playlists on the weekend. As one new model owner put it, "I love the power and the tech. My F-150 feels like a luxury car with a bed." But every leap forward came with its own trade-offs. The switch to aluminum and turbocharged engines was meant to keep the F-150 ahead of the competition, but it also set the stage for a new era of complexity, one where weight savings and performance gains would have to be balanced against the realities of repair and long-term ownership. A repair bill from a modern F-150 tells a different story than the grease-stained invoices of the past. In today's service bays, the first step is not grabbing a wrench, it is plugging into Ford Integrated Diagnostic System, known as IDS. This proprietary software is locked behind dealer walls, and most independent shops cannot afford the licensing fees or the constant updates. When a dashboard warning light blinks on, the days of tracing a bad ground wire or swapping a relay in the driveway are long gone. Now, a turbocharger failure or a glitchy control module means the truck is sidelined until a certified technician with the right laptop can read the codes. One independent mechanic, Ray, slides an invoice across his counter for a 2018 F-150 EcoBoost brought in for a turbo replacement. The parts list alone hits $1,200, and labor pushes the total past $1,800. The culprit was a failed actuator buried deep in the engine bay, accessible only after hours of disassembly. Ray shakes his head and says, "On an old 5.0, you would have it fixed for a couple $100, tops. Now half the job is just getting the computer to talk to the truck." Costs are rising for reasons beyond parts and time. It is not just turbos. Modern F-150s rely on dozens of modules, each one a potential failure point, each one requiring a scan tool that can cost thousands. A faulty sensor or a corrupted software update can trigger a cascade of warnings, sometimes disabling the truck entirely until it is reprogrammed at the dealership. For owners used to the independence of backyard repairs, the new reality is clear. Complexity brings new power and features, but it also locks even simple fixes behind a wall of technology and rising costs. The next question becomes whether these changes are reflected in the price you pay, not just at the shop, but on the sticker in the showroom. A small business owner walks into a Ford dealership today and sees a price tag that would have seemed impossible in the 1990s. The days of picking up a new F-150 for the cost of a modest sedan are long gone. Now, even the base XL hovers above $30,000, while a well-equipped Lariat or Platinum can push past $70,000, sometimes creeping toward $80,000 with all the bells and whistles. That same Lariat badge, which first appeared in the mid-1990s as a step up from vinyl seats and crank windows, now signals leather upholstery, touchscreen displays, and a marketing pitch aimed as much at suburban status as at job site grit. For the people who built their livelihoods with these trucks, the shift stings. A work tool that once fit the budget of a contractor or family farm now looks and feels more like a luxury purchase, with monthly payments stretching over 6 years or more. The F-150's transformation isn't just about technology under the hood, it's about who can afford to call one their own. For all the frustration that comes with complexity, the modern F-150 offers gains that the old trucks never could. Today's EcoBoost engines deliver more horsepower and torque from a smaller displacement, and the aluminum body helps push EPA highway ratings close to 25 miles per gallon, numbers the old 4.9-liter inline-six could only dream of. Towing capacity has climbed as well, with some new models rated to pull over 13,000 pounds, outmuscling even the beefiest V8s from the 90s. Inside, heated seats, adaptive cruise, and crash avoidance tech turn long drives into something closer to a luxury SUV than a farm truck. Yet every new feature comes with a cost. More to buy, more to fix, and less that an owner can tackle alone. The question lingers, do these improvements outweigh the reliability and independence that made the old F-150 legendary? Right now, a brand new F-150 can top $80,000, yet old models still outlast them in fields and driveways nationwide. Has technology made trucks better or just different? The soul of a workhorse now competes with touchscreen convenience. In the end, which matters more? Progress or the promise of simplicity?